friends, this is tip number 19 in my series of 30 tips for selling on Poshmark. Tip is about shipment problems. So one of the first shipment problems I had was I packaged up my items and I went to the post office, and the attendant at the post office told me they could not accept my package because it was in a flat rate priority box. And I took my item back home and I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do because I had these flat rate priority boxes. And you want to make sure that when you order your boxes that they are not the flat rate boxes. You just want priority mail only. And the only difference between the priority mail and the priority mail flat rate is like a little tiny word underneath that says flat rate, and it's either like here or down here. And you do not want the flat rate ones. You want just the priority mail boxes. So that was a mistake that I made. I've even ordered those again, the flat rate boxes, and I'll just take them back to my post office because I can't use them with Poshmark. So make sure that you get just the regular priority mail boxes, and check out my tip number 4 to get the link for the plain priority mail boxes. That one. And then the second shipment problem I've had was when the package gets lost in the mail, and you can see the shipment on the item. Like if you go to my sales, and it'll say like pending USPS scan, and then it'll say shipped, and then you can track it from there. I've had probably just about 7 or 8 packages that got lost. Like after I shipped them, it said it arrived at such and such sorting facility, and then it was there for like 2 weeks. So I sent Posh support an email, and I told them that the package doesn't show like that it's being shipped, and it's been at this certain place for 2 weeks. And in the order, you can go to contact Posh support, and you can just send them an email. And I think they give you like a certain number of days to wait. And if the package doesn't continue on to the buyer, then they're going to refund you and the buyer. So they're going to refund both people. And if it's been gone for more than 2 weeks, the package probably is lost. But if it does happen, then just send Poshmark an email and tell them that this certain order number, you have to have the order number in there so that they can easily identify the order has been lost, and that you think it's been lost. I have had the problem of shipping to the wrong buyer. And if you put the wrong label on a package, then that person will get the item and they'll open it, and they're going to be a little disappointed because it's not their order. So what you can tell them to do, if they let you know, you can just tell them to open up a case, and then they'll ship the item back to you. And hopefully if you still have their item, you can send it to them. And let Poshmark know that you just shipped the wrong item. They'll send it back. They'll send a label to the buyer, and they'll be able to send it back to you, and then you can ship them the right item. And it's a little bit of a hassle, but just stay in really good contact with your buyer and with Posh support, and just be as careful as possible to get the right item, the right package with the right buyer. And I double check all of my items now before I put them in the package with the label. I have my phone or my computer handy, and I just double check right before I ship it out. And the fourth problem that you might encounter is when somebody opens a case. And a case can be opened for multiple reasons. And if you go to your sales, and if you see a case opened, it will be like a little orange circle on the item, and it'll have a question mark in it. And a case just means that someone received their package and there's some type of a problem with it when they receive it. And it could range from anything. Like sometimes people open a case because the item didn't fit, or it could be they opened a case because maybe the package got damaged during the shipment process, or if the product isn't as described in the listing, it could also mean that the buyer opened up a case. So some of those might be out of your control, like if it doesn't fit or if the package was damaged while it was being shipped. And I've had both of those cases where the item didn't fit the person, and I list it, as the right size and everything. And usually, as a seller, you don't get as a seller, if it doesn't fit the buyer, then you don't get any repercussions from that. You still get your payment. Sometimes Poshmark will refund the buyer, but not always. And then if it is because the item wasn't as described, like if there was a hole or a stain in the item, then Poshmark will allow the buyer to ship it back to the seller at the seller's expense. So make sure that your item doesn't have any fault with it before you ship it out, because then you'll be paying for the label to return to you. So make sure it's as described. And and then the third problem is if the package was damaged during the shipping, like if it's crushed or wet, then the buyer might open up a case saying that the package was damaged. And there's insurance on the package. If a case gets opened, just make sure that you communicate well with Poshmark and also your buyer. And I hope those all help you, and best of luck selling and shipping, and I hope all this helps. If you have, guys, that was tip number 19.